weeks.
Bomber in 39.
Back to your
corner with Barrera in us. After all, Barrera's the best fight guy who was once thought of felt as though has been more or less mired in new. This is another chance for him to.
Every time Big Bear, Robbie Peden is involved, so he should be in good shape.
Fernando Vargas lets him use his home Peden.
Which are crafty fighter, very smart, very crafty, tricky, and Mark
getting on track. Roughhouse style of Norway.
Positions which make it very difficult to land it.
Barrera and Morales, an economic force again.
Marquez is the fact that Peden often.
Those numbers would seem to indicate, given the profiles of the two, Marquez, he's got to
clean punches. That the trainer Nacho Berenstein has did a great job, I think, in training both of the Marquez brothers there. When you look at Barrera,
the type of the Mexican,
a lot of this is due to, but still, you're not seeing him throw too many of the Mexican left hooks.
Juan Manuel Marquez he has now shown he can. From this distance, Marquez seems likely to land more. Half a foot closer.
And Marquez is taking advantage of the speed that he has and the punch.
Juan Manuel Marquez with the jab and the occasional right.
Been able to absorb the going down the stretch because on his right hand, and he's landed him at will injury.
Now this is exactly
show him on the other side of the ring. He's coming in and
long-standing habit. You may fight, but I'll do what you've always done.
Just maintain his same level of balance and position.
Marquez can counter when Peden cares.
Maybe close to 200 amateur fight. And as a result, those habits that he's developed is going to be with a puncher like Marquez who's also
to take good stuff from Juan Manuel Marquez. Crowd here watching this, the main event coming next.
Harold taking every advantage. Opportunities presented to him.
To be busy, and here's the jab, jabbing up high. Marquez's left eye. Things he can't change. He fights with his hands too far apart.
Hands as he sets up.
In the corner of Peden, very much in demand. He's also working as a cornerman.
Fernando Vargas works with pupil has been Vargas. Yep.
Some of the other fighters too. Just when the right hand lands again.
Peden made an interesting remark. Confident fighter. So far, he just hasn't done enough. Exists. If anything, he's made him a more confident fighter.
But one particular punch. The low left hand, I agree that you can land a right
elbow straight when you jab. Peden averaging only all those right hands that you saw in the replay package.
I don't recall him. He's become a more complete fighter.
My brother.
As a serious the big brother.
And missed it and was
Peden to come forward.
Advice you're leaving. I was surprised for him to tell him to shoot that.
Just ask Buster Douglas, who tried an uppercut again.
Cut from the shoot as a leap.
Momentarily snapping Peden's head back, and now how many barrage of his own. Right hand landing flush again for Marquez.
For sure, Peden can take a. The only thing this league has a lot of energy still, but his volume of
his face from getting tattooed with all those punches.
Defense far right, and some guys roll the shoulder. He just pretty much just takes it. Flesh is being hit on.
Peden came back. Robs Marquez.
The count of the ones that he blocks than it is the one he gets hit with.
10 seconds.
6.
Okay, Chip. Punching. He's just out punching because a lot of times this may hurt him later in a fight. It may slow.
Swallowed everything. Peden, I should say. Well, Marquez trying 6 consecutive.
Yeah, that's funny to get this experience. They prepare him better for a big fight.
The great thing is he commits to each punch.
About 4 big punches together, all of them combinations.
Nose.
Yeah. Marquez said the thing that he said he was going to do.
Fight. Big right hand.
Peden doesn't really have a real defense for out of range. Well, so be it.
Round 7, 8 out of 40. Luckily for him, based on what has by Juan Manuel Marquez.
The Russians.
100 amateur fights.
Earlier, Zab Judah, costumes in the sport, the kind of guy you fight for.
I don't really think he's become, a big box office, proven to be a box office attraction.
I think Zab Judah himself brought more publicity possibly into the.
In Pittsburgh, Robbie Peden trying to make lands a left hook as he corners Mark
with his hands down, and this is just general mathematics where Peden is coming from.
Marquez, a 2-to-1 favorite, performing like a.
Round 8 numbers very similar. Center here in the first 8 rounds of the fight.
It's not necessarily bad if you have very side and occasional just been down. He's still
to have his hands up all the time.
You never saw time to get him with those right hands like that. He would push his left hand out and you.
You have it through 9 here. Harold, don't talk yet. They're trading shots. And they're trading shots at a wildly.
Marquez trying to
have it through 9.
Okay, Jim. 87, 87, you know, that inside slugging like they're doing right now. But you don't see that music.
Some of those rounds that you've in certain rounds that he's did.
Rounds looking for something better.
In the last 3 rounds he won.
And here, 8th and 9th rounds.
A lot of great fights are lost. Didn't get hit that much, but he took off the instructions often whether he lands punches or not.
We saw Leonard Doreen get Raul Balbi a couple of months ago, right? And Doreen kept fighting.
To see a guy finish up strong in a fight, regardless of just take off and quit fighting at a certain point.
And one thing Peden has going for him here is that Marquez has hit him a lot, but clearly has not been able to discourage him.
Where's the bucket? Put the bucket there. You can't fight like that.
It's all
They're going to stop the fight as Robbie Peden ultimately made the difference, though.